The college football experience week 2 preview, pregame show and preview, episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience pregame show. Yes, we got live bullets in about, I don't know, 58 minutes, something like that. YouTube.com/the college experience. What are you doing right now? Hit that fucking like and subscribe. All right. I'm sick of the bullshit. And, I mean, I didn't get a chance to talk last night, but fuck you, Maryland. Because what? You had their quarterback drop a ball inside Northern Illinois 15 on a QB run, just completely drops the ball. And then they keep going for these fourth downs. The tight end drops a fucking clear touchdown in the end zone on fourth down. Why go for it on fourth down? You can kick a field goal and make it 14. And then they did it again. I mean, just misery Friday night when betting Maryland, and I hung on to cover the Louisville game, but I hit on Boise, but man, got the Northwestern game wrong, but the Maryland one, it absolutely killed me because I had it as part of a parlay. So I was super fucking furious yesterday with Maryland and their antics. Of course, this is karma because I talk a ton of shit about Maryland. Why would I back a Loxley team? All right. I am up and early. I'm up and at 'em. I'm just sucking down a coffee. Haven't even had breakfast yet, but just, that means the coffee's hitting. All right. That's the closest we can get when you're in your 40s. It's the closest you can get to doing a, I don't know, Quaalude. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah. I mean, if you caught that game, Mike Loxley, just unbelievable. Why would you not make it a point game multiple times going for it on fourth down? I want that game investigated. Because Maryland backers who got the best of the number too. I feel like that should have hit. Folks, I am joined by my co-host on these pregame shows over the years. He is the host of the NBA Gambling Podcast, the WNBA Gambling Podcast. You can catch him on several different platforms as well. Give it up for the great Terrell Furman Jr. What is up, my friend? How are you?
What's going on? Yeah, that's the pleasure of betting Mike Loxley.
Oh my God. Tell me you watched that game.
Yeah. I not only watched it, bet it. So
the fumble by the quarterback at like the 15-yard line when he wasn't even touched, really very painful. But the real pain, like the most painful part, was just Loxley saying, "Hey, let's go for it on 4th and goal." When you're only up 11, which, as the chat is alluding to, it just doesn't make any sense. You're up 11 with like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It wasn't a 4th and 1 either. It was like a 4th and 4. Why not kick the field goal to make it, to protect the fact that you won't lose if Northern Illinois scores 2 touchdowns? I mean, someone's got to break this down to me like I'm a kindergartner, because it just doesn't make any sense to me why you would go for it. And then the fact I can't even knock Loxley that much, because they going for it. The tight end was wide open. They had 2 receivers in the same area. It should have been a touchdown. I'm never betting on Maryland ever again, and I hate you. But yeah, how you doing, man?
No, I'm good. Just trust me. I have a level of frustration with Mike Locksley that cannot be underestimated, and I will just not. There's nothing else more that I could give to this situation. Let's just move on from this guy. And I can't believe it because he dominates beating up on the bad teams, and Northern Illinois look like dog shit against Holy Cross. So.
Absolute dog shit against Holy Cross, man. And honestly, they should have blown it. Like if you just, it's even worse if you dive into like the numbers. If you dive into the numbers, like Maryland should have won by a lot. Like I last night I was just sitting there like, okay, wait a second. I just want to break this game down. If you go into the numbers, I actually think Maryland should have won by, like 21. But anyway, we got, I don't know, not, some would say the TMZ fan would say, I think, this is not an exciting week, but I actually love this week, mainly because you get a lot of old school rivalries reunited, and it starts with Baylor and SMU that used to be Southwest Conference rivals. That game kicks in 54 minutes. SMU is laying 2.5, and it's an interesting angle, I think, on this game because Baylor's won 12 straight in this series, but that a lot of that was when SMU was in the CUSA and stuff. So Sawyer Robertson, Baylor's quarterback, threw for 420 last week against Auburn in a losing effort. But in my opinion, one of the more underrated quarterbacks, and I think a lot of people think that he sucks because of the Penn State game. Yes, he did suck that game, but Kevin Jennings, I think, is a very good quarterback for college football standards. So you kind of have two quarterbacks that I think, if you're looking to play DFS, folks, you might want to consider rostering both of these. What are you doing in this matchup here in Dallas?
I'm going with SMU. I think Sawyer Robertson's literally just a chucker. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback, to be honest. He puts the ball in some dangerous situations at times, and he's a gamer, I'll give you that, but it's really more of a fade of the Baylor defense. Like the Baylor defense had no heart at home against Alabama, and now I'm expecting them to go on the road and play SMU, a really good offense with Kevin Jennings, and be able to slow them down. I just don't think so. So maybe it's hey, we bet the over in the game and you just walk away. But I think SMU is going to be able to walk away with it because I just don't. Last week showed me that whenever there was a moment that Baylor could have cut it close, Auburn just ripped their heart out.
I am in agreement with you. I know Mac is on his Big 12 here, but my thing is this. You've kind of had like a renaissance within the SMU program. They weren't throwing money into the program for majority of these 12 losses to Baylor, but now that everyone can pay players, obviously they made the playoffs a year ago, and I think Kevin Jennings is the better quarterback in this matchup. So, and they're at home. I am on the SMU Mustangs too. Should be a great game though. I will say that. Like, it should be. I fully expect this to come down to the final possession. But I'm on the Mustangs as well behind that home crowd. Also kicking off at noon. I have several locks. I believe it or not, I have not bet that Baylor SMU game, but I did bet this. Jim Moore and UConn are getting 7.5 currently at that filthy Carrier Dome. Look, Syracuse did not cover, almost backdoor covered against Tennessee. UConn, Joe Fagnano, I don't know how the hell he's still in college football, their quarterback, but he is. And this was a 7-point game a season ago when Syracuse, they played at the same location. This was not at UConn. Syracuse had Kyle Honda McCord. They also had Aronde Gadsden and Trevor Pena and a slew of other players. Their D tackle that now starts at Texas. I'm all over UConn here. I think this is a better UConn team than a year ago, and I think it's a worse version of Syracuse than a year ago. So I've already placed a wager now. I did get 8.5, but I'm all over these Huskies. What are you doing here?
Are we really fading Fran Brown to lose outright?
I think it's possible, just because I think I do think Fran Brown is a very good coach. I thought they were even impressive last week in that, even though they didn't cover, I thought there were moments of the game where they impressed, and the fight of the team is a testament to how well Fran Brown coaches, in my opinion. But I also think UConn's a good football team. They won 9 games a year ago. I just like the point. I mean, I don't mind the money line sprinkle just because I think UConn's such a more experienced team than Syracuse. Syracuse are kind of just throwing together a bunch of guys. Yes, some talented. He just landed a 5-star that you won't see till next year. But my point is he's been able to get the talent level better at Syracuse. But I also feel like a lot of them don't have experience starting.
Yeah. Give me. I do like the UConn team. I do think they're getting better. I will take the UConn team, but I feel like we're threading a needle here because Fran Brown, I mean, a guy that doesn't shower after after losing is somebody that you really, really don't want to fade in back-to-back losses here. That's the only thing. He doesn't shower after losing. His wife doesn't let him sleep in the bed. He's got to sleep downstairs on the fucking couch for a night until he wakes up in the morning and finally decides to take a fucking shower. So
and he's got white Tigers commitment. He's got white Tigers commitment.
He's got white Tigers commitment as well. So yeah,
momentum behind the program, phenomenal, right?
I'm not helping with the UConn handicap here, but I think that there's a pretty good chance that Fran Brown might be able to sneak the win. But I do agree. I think 6.5 points is a lot of points, and I'm really not.
You could get 7.5 on DK right now.
Yeah,
or I mean, maybe as of 15 minutes ago.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is like one of those weird non-con overtime games that just kind of pop up.
Yeah, and to Freak Bob's point, if UConn does win this game, well, they still have to host Duke later in the year, but that's in like November if memory serves me correct. So it would be a nice path, I think, potentially to the. But
oh my gosh.
Look, they won 9 games last year. I do believe he's building something. I do believe, but pump the brakes a little bit yet. I would say like let's
pump the brakes for the playoff for UConn. Are we talking about the college basketball playoff?
Well, here's another thing too, Freak Bob. I think because they're independent, they don't qualify for the group of 5. They would have to get an at-large, which is actually a little bit harder because you have to finish in the top 11. Possible, especially that they need Syracuse to make a bowl and they need Duke to be good and some of these other schools. But that's something kind of going against them. So it makes it a little trickier. Shout out to Must Vibe giving us $10. Driving from Columbus to Athens to watch Dub V OU. It's better than Grambling Ohio State, in my opinion. Yeah. Go Cats. Yeah, the Grambling Ohio State line is about 66, I think, or 50. I forget.
You better watch out for Grambling State.
I have no problem with that game. Give him that money. I mean, look, I wish it was a more competitive game, but I mean, we've done a deep dive on this before. Tennessee State got deprived a bunch of money for a long time from the state of Tennessee. So like, to me, what is Ohio State paying them? Probably giving them 6 figures, 7 figures, something like that. Get your money. Get your money. I mean, it's just, what the fuck is the difference between Grambling and Ohio State? And who did they play last year? They played like someone who was like one of the Akron, maybe. I do like the regionality of Akron, but I mean, if it can help, to me, these universities, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, the spread would be the same, whether it's Akron, whether it's fucking Grambling, whether it's whoever, you know? But Dub v Athens, Dub v Ohio, that is a lock of mine. And Mr. McIntyre, bring your tear bucket, because let me tell you something. You're going home with an L today. You got the backyard brawl on deck, and you're heading to Athens, Ohio, and I think they have one of the better quarterbacks in the nation in Parker Navarro. They probably should have beat Rutgers at Rutgers a week ago. I'm all over the Ohio Bobcats money line. You saw Iowa State lose in Athens 2 years ago. That's the last time they hosted a Power 5. This place is gonna be on fire. What are you doing here, man?
Yeah, I think, and it's just really, really hard. I'm pretty sure that Iowa State game, isn't that the game where it was like the field goal was no good or it was good, and
It should have went to
we were trying
overtime,
to
in my
decide.
opinion. It should have
Yeah,
went
we
to
were trying to
overtime.
decide
I
what
thought that
happened
went
there.
in. I thought that went in
Everybody
personally.
was like, "Oh, no good, good." Wait, and it's like, wait, hold on. We have all this technology, and you're telling me nobody has a good angle to tell if the field goal
That
was good or
shit
not?
was good. You can tell the reaction of the Ohio fans before the refs. The Ohio fans are like, shit, we're going to overtime. But the refs then say no good, and then they react in excitement. I don't care,
Like,
man.
what?
That shit was
Okay,
good. That
all
shit was a
right.
good field goal in my
Appreciate
mind.
Yeah, but no, so this is more of an Ohio team that historically speaking, you look at them and they are great as a home dog. I think they've won like 7 of their last 8 as a home dog or something crazy like that. And then you go and you look at this Dub V team and they're just not good on the road as favorites, and that's really not how they play. Now, Rich Rod, interesting enough, actually is very good as a road favorite. Even when he was back here for West Virginia, he was very good as a road favorite. But these aren't those West Virginia teams, and they're not walking through the door anytime soon. And they got to play with Marsupial or whatever he calls himself at quarterback. And I don't believe in him. I don't. I truly don't believe in him.
Well, I don't get they bring the head cold, but they're counting down.
And so I will take Parker Navarro because Parker Navarro is a gamer. Parker Navarro's at home.
How the hell is he at Ohio? Like me watching that Rutgers game, I was like,
They outgained Rutgers, by the way.
Dude, he was the best player on the field in that game. Like, but without question to me, he was the best player on the field. And like, it made me think, like, how did a Power 5 not buy this
Lopez,
guy?
after watching Gio Lopez play on Monday, I'm like, Parker Navarro couldn't get a P4 shot.
I don't know what the hell is going on. And and I'm a guy that I was on the Gio Lopez bandwagon last year. I'm putting this more on Freddie Kitchens than I am Gio Lopez.
Imagine if Iowa had Parker Navarro at quarterback.
Parker Navarro is a baller.
Championship. Is that not a national championship?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch that Rutgers game, I was just sitting there like, what did he run for, like 97 and a score, and then I think he threw for like almost 300. So, best player on the field. And here's the thing with Rich Rod. I am a huge Rich Rod fan, but I've seen this shit for a long time. I've seen him at W the first time, Arizona, Michigan, Jacksonville State. Even when he was OC at Ole Miss and ULM and Clemson, that shit takes time. Like it's similar to a triple option offense where like you need to get the rhythm of that thing down. All right. It's like me when I go down to Columbia, Terrell, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't have the fucking rhythm of these Colombians dancing on the dance floor, right? I'm just sitting there sitting there trying my best. I'm like more rum. All right, I can get there. Right? Well, that's exactly the same way in this offense, man. Where like I think it takes a couple, like for year one, I look to take West Virginia a lot in November because I think you'll start to get that rhythm in November. But all over Ohio. Another game kicking off in a little bit here. I got to mention it because the whole world mentions it. Arch fucking Manning and Texas laying 37.5. San Jose State already broke my heart. Are you laying the 37.5 with these Longhorns after being beat down sort of a week ago in Columbus?
Yeah. You should probably lay it. They're probably going to come out here and just lay. I mean, it's not like they're one of just because Arch Manning isn't exactly who everybody thought he was in game one doesn't mean he's just horrible. Like this is still somebody that's still projected to go number 1 overall in the draft, despite how he played against Ohio State. He's still projected to go number 1 overall. Like.
So, some of those takes were a little too extreme.
Yeah, like it was too extreme.
First ever road start at the Horseshoe. I don't know that you can pick a harder.
How about you? How about you go get your first ever road start at the Horseshoe and let's see how you do, buddy. Let's see how you do. Yeah, nah. I'll take Texas here. They probably just destroy. This isn't not. Yeah.
I got one that I like. I'm going with these Flaming Libs as they go down to Jacksonville, Alabama, take on Jacksonville State. Charles Kelly. Look, I know Liberty burned me last week as I laid the 25.5 and they woke up in the fourth quarter. But I don't think Jacksonville State deserves to be such a Liberty spends like 3 times more the amount on their football roster than Jacksonville State. And Rich Rod is no longer there. So Liberty's laying 5.5 currently. The over under at 50.5 in Jacksonville, Alabama. That game kicks off, like I said, 40 minutes here.
Yeah, a lot of people. Whoa, that was awkward. A lot of people are betting Jacksonville State here. I don't really get it.
Yeah, I'm betting Liberty. I've already bet it, but
I will say that that terrorist has come into the Liberty program and has devalued the property, and it's very, very annoying. However, they should be able to handle a Jacksonville State team.
It's true. It is true. You wonder about Jamie Chadwell. I don't understand.
Terrorist.
Yeah.
Terrorist.
Well, maybe he's just not down with some of the stuff going on over there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
a lot of rules. It's a lot of rules over there.
I got to be honest. If you paid me millions of dollars to
can't watch rated R movies, TV mature. Can't watch stuff like that. You can't do a lot of
biggest donor might ask you to fuck his wife just while he watches.
We're the BYU of the East. Like, it's the BYU of the East over here.
At what point, if you're a football coach, or they offer you like $5 million a year, you're like, man, I'll take it, but would you take less money? So if someone's offering you $5 million to coach Liberty,
okay,
and another school's offering you 3.5, but it's like no, let's just say Texas State or something or whoever.
I'd take the $5 million with Liberty because I'm fairly confident I can get fired. I'm fairly confident.
The buyout, yeah,
and at that point, the best job in the world is a fired head coach.
It's true. That is one of them. There should be a documentary about that. I was thinking about
best job in the world.
When I was at the Carolina game, I was right in front of. So I was at that massacre on Monday night. Me and NC Nick, TCU North Carolina, and right in front of me, I said we got second row seats, and right in front of me was Jimbo Fisher. Right, and I'm just sitting there, and he's taking photos with everybody, and I'm like. Yep. He's got the best life. They paid him like $80 million not to coach.
Yep.
I was like, say what you want about his coaching, but who cares? You got the whole world. You got the bull by the antlers or the buck by the antlers. What do they say? Bull by the horns, buck by the antlers, something like that. And now he's doing TV. No stress. Are you kidding me? I chose the wrong path, man. We should have gotten to coaching early on. We should have just gotten to coaching. There's some other games going on. One's a non-con game,
all right,
but a conference game, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Virginia is at the Pussy Pack in Raleigh, North Carolina, taking on NC State. This is not a conference game. They just said, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Come by the house." NC State's laying 2.5. Buddy. Did you see Virginia week 1?
Yeah, they look like dog shit.
I thought they looked all right. 48-7 against Coastal. No. NC State looked like dog shit at times. I'm going to take these Wahoos, man.
No. I feel like you're buying into it. I don't think Chandler Morris is that good. I really don't. And so this is where I get it. NC State played your ECU Pirates. They did not cover the spread. But it's ECU. That is the reason. Now you're bringing UVA here in a non-con game that, I think they're about to open it up. And CJ Bailey, I think, is better than Chandler Morris. I don't know. I think the Pussy Pack is going to beat UVA here.
Well, it is a good crowd. I'll say that about the Pussy Pack. They normally pack that thing in, and it's a good crowd.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm not a believer that UVA is good. Let me just say that I'm not a believer UVA.
I didn't bet on it. But hey, shout out to Will Mormon, our guy. There we go. Remember?
Oh yeah,
State.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey.
What up, Will?
Will.
Hope you're good, brother. And I'm assuming you're going to be down there in Starkville, ringing those cowbells, drinking God knows what, right? With alcohol in there. Enjoy the day, brother. And good to hear from you, man. Iowa State. I know we're on the other side of this, but I'm all over Iowa and the points here. And I think the money line is certainly live in this game because really the money line for either team is always live.
Because I mean, it's a legit 3-point game. I get it. I understand.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times I feel like it's a 1-point game or a 2-point game or some shit like that. But Iowa State currently laying 3.5, the over under at 43.5. First off, I'm curious, is the under appealing to you?
Oh yeah, duh. Dog, this might be a 10-9 final. Like, no. So, I mean, I understand, and I wouldn't lay 3 with Iowa State. I don't know how much I trust Iowa to, because I think that Iowa State's finally going to be able to get the monkey off their back, get it done here. I think a money line under parlay for Iowa State feels the way to go. I think Iowa State's going to get the win. I will admit that it's going to look ugly. Rocco Beck's not going to look like himself, but he's going against a really tough Iowa defense. But man, I mean, Iowa still doesn't have a quarterback. And I mean, at this point, is it the quarterback or is it Iowa? Like at this point, because he didn't look good last week. There were moments where it was just like, oh, dude, here we go again with Iowa. And so now going on a road in a place where Iowa State is like hungry to finally see that win and see the ball go into basket on their own turf, it's really hard for me to take Iowa +3, but I like the under slightly more.
Yeah. I got Iowa +3.5. I also sprinkled the money line too, but I haven't touched the under. Maybe I'll go in right before the game. Next up we got what do we got here? I'm going to take you to one that I'm all over. Texas State, UTSA, Battle of I-35. I think UTSA is one of my favorite plays of the day. I have them in a couple different parlays here. I'm laying, I think 4.5 is 4 or 4.5 is the current number that I think is out there right now. 65.5 is the total. This is a rivalry game. Texas State put it on them a year ago.
That's when JMU quarterback was starting, right?
Yes. What's my guy's name? Jordan McLeod, right? Jordan McLeod. Yeah.
Yep.
But now, Texas State lost a lot of production. A, to graduation, B, to the transfer portal. Now, I think GJ Kinney's a good coach, so he's bringing in new talent. But now you got to go to that filthy Alamo Dome, and I think UTSA returns majority of their production. So I think this is one they have circled. I think this place will be lit. So I am going to lay. I think they're going to win by double digits. To tell you the truth, I think this is like a statement. UTSA played pretty damn well at A&M, all things considering. So let's go. You in?
I'll tell you in the UTSA play. Let me take you to another play in the same 3:30 slate. It's a dog. We're gonna go to SEC country here because I understand that. I don't even want to say his name. I understand that Zach Calzada sucks, and he does. He's been bad for a while. He was even bad when he beat Alabama. But this is way too many points for a first-time quarterback on the road here. And I just don't trust Lane Kiffin to not – like, this is the beginning of SEC. I don't trust Lane Kiffin to go into this game and have the right game plan to not allow his quarterback to get flustered in the moment against still a really good defense. Like, if Stoops is going to do anything, he's going to coach up a good defense. I think he's going to bring a lot of pressure and be able to get to the quarterback and keep him off his rhythm the entire game. If you like totals, I like the under in the game, but I think this is a game that Kentucky finds themselves in.
I'm with you. I took Kentucky. Now you are getting the worst of the number right now at 8.5. This thing was at 10.5.
Yeah.
I'm with you though. I'm not buying. Like, this is another thing of just fading the first road start. It did pretty well last week with the first road start for Arch Manning, the first road start for CJ Carr, the first road start. There's another one. The only one that actually won was Cal's quarterback, Sago Pilate. This is Austin Simmons' first ever road start, and he's going into Lexington, and they've had a knack for messing with, like, I think Stoops matches up well defensively with what Kiffin likes to traditionally do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that as well. So, that I think is a play. Now, speaking of the SEC, Will Mormon's going to be in Stark Vegas. Do you think they can cover? What is it, 6.5? I think I saw last. As they are hosting Arizona State. What do you think?
I actually think they can. At some point, you got to get some life in the SEC. And I don't know. I'm not really like, are we a believer in Arizona State this year? Or is that just some type of carryover from what they did last season? But
yeah, no, I mean, look, I still think they didn't look great week 1, and you could tell Dillingham was pissed. But also, Mississippi State looked pretty good week 1. So I think that crowd is always, you don't need a reason to get excited. You know, that crowd shows up. Credit to them. So I think Mississippi State's the play, and I do think Stormwatch on in Lexington and Starkville. Joe Bombo, Colby the businessman. When am I free to talk? I don't know. Hit me up. Shoot me a DM at the Colby D. I think what's more likely, Kentucky to win or Mississippi State to win?
Kentucky.
Yeah. Border war, Kansas, Missouri. This line keeps dipping. It was at 8. It was at 7. It was at 6. I'm seeing 5.5 right now. Kansas gonna beat them. Dude.
This is like a really big game for Leopold for me.
Dude, the fuck really game day should have been here, man. They haven't played this rivalry in forever because they split conferences, but I think game day should have been here.
This is, I mean, everything. Lance Leopold confirms everything I said about him. He gets this win.
Oh, he's definitely covering. I sprinkled the money line too. So I think this is going to be a game. Sam Horn, the backup quarterback from Missouri's out. They played both in week 1. It was a tight battle in camp between him and Pregame, the former Penn State quarterback. The offense, to me, I know they scored 66, and this is going to sound fucking ridiculous, but majority of that shit was in the second half. The first half against Central Arkansas, I wasn't super impressed. The first half. Second half, they did put it on, but like Central Arkansas is a big difference than Kansas's offense. So I think, you talk about a 7th-year starting quarterback and Jalen Daniels. The environment will be tricky. The main thing is I don't know if Missouri's offense is there yet. We know Missouri's defense is good, but I don't know if Missouri's offense is there yet to keep up with a Leipold team. No, you could say, well, Missouri's defense is good, but I just think Leipold, there's no other team in the SEC running an offense like that. Closest would be Vanderbilt, I guess, but I still don't. I wouldn't compare it. So, I'm all over these Jayhawks. You win?
Yeah, no, I love the Jayhawks. I think we should parlay it up. A little Kentucky and Kansas KK parlay here. The basketball blue blood parlay over there in football. And maybe we can find another option of Kansas, because I do understand the revenge factor, and I'm sure Ole Miss is going to want to go out there and get revenge and maybe eke out a 3-point win or something like that. But this Kansas team, I mean, last year when they played big games, they delivered almost every single time. I mean, at the end of the season, they were going through the roulette. Who was it? It was Colorado was on the hit list. What was it? BYU was on the hit list.
BYU, Iowa State. Iowa State too.
Yeah, they were knocking.
They should have beat Arizona State. I was at that game too, man. They were up a good chunk of that game, and Arizona State had to battle back to kind of steal that. So
they had a bunch of close losses last year. They played really, really big in big games, and I think this is a big game. Like, this is the SEC. This is a Missouri team that almost is ranked. Like, I think they're right in the others receiving votes category. And I know Leopold is looking at that, and he's like, hey, big time win right here. Let's go get it done. So I'm locked in. I'm locked in on Kansas. I feel really, really good about Kansas going out here and getting an outright win as a dog.
Yeah. Let's go. Play that music. You see this chat here in a life death situation. Need $40,000 immediately. I've got $10. What are your what's your 10-team parlay that will save my daughter's life?
Jesus Christ.
Could you add any more pressure to this thing? 10 fucking teams. Terrell, can we do this? Can we achieve this? A lot of pressure here, right?
We gotta save his daughter's life with 10 teams. Well, I'll let you know what, man. I may not have all 10 teams to save your daughter's life, but I really don't think Lance Leopold is gonna fuck it up. Like, I don't think he's gonna be the one to mess up your daughter's life. So let's throw him in there. Kansas plus the points.
Kansas, and I'm gonna say the Flaming Libs and down there in Jacksonville, Alabama, should be a part of this thing. Let's start there. That's 2.
Jesus fucking Christ. 10 teams.
Why not add UTSA at 3?
Let me give you this one. Let's take Indiana minus 35.5 against Kent State. I mean, so first of all, Indiana put up 500 yards of offense in that game against ODU. They just couldn't put the ball in scoring position, but they put up 500 yards.
They
offense.
did.
500 yards of offense against Kent State is like 60 million points. So yeah, let's go with that.
Kennesaw State.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Same difference. But not really. I guess Kent State might be worse. I don't know. But sure. Let's add that to this 10-team mix. How about? Did you see UAB week 1? They're horrible. Navy is laying 20.5. Now, I don't normally love laying a gigantic number with option teams because there's like 7 possessions in the fucking game because they'll have like a 14-minute drive at some point. I still think the UAB was so bad week 1, and they've been so bad against the option. It was 41-18 a year ago. That was at UAB.
Can I give you? This is why I stayed off of it, because the new DC for UAB came from Air Force. He knows the option. They didn't know how to defend the option last year, but the DC is from Air Force. He knows the option. So what if he has a good game plan? It might be a 17-point game. That's why I stayed off.
No, you're right. I mean, I'm just trying to build this 10-team parlay.
Yeah, because we got put in a crazy situation. Texas.
I don't want to be responsible for him getting a piece of hair in the mail next week. From his daughter. So look, we got to figure this thing out.
Oh wait, is Utah State? How are they? How are they this year?
They look all right week 1, but I'm not there. I'm not there to go in to
I'm trying to
College
find
Station.
The easy ones. Like we got 10 ones. Like I'm trying to find the easy ones that are going to be like 60-0.
How about? No, it's Tulsa. Tulsa's going into New Mexico State. New Mexico State's fucking horrible. They just beat Bryant 19-3. But let me tell you, if you watch that game, that was a neck and neck game. Tulsa looked really good against Abilene Christian, a top FCS. And let me tell you, Abilene Christian's better than New Mexico State. I'm all over Tulsa. I'm adding it to the 10-team Save Your Daughter parlay.
Are you keeping count, Kobe? Because
that's what. So I think we're at 5, right?
I have no idea. Okay, so we said
Tulsa, the Flaming Libs,
Flaming Libs, UTSA, Kansas. That's 5. 6 is Ohio.
There you go. Ohio Bobcats will be 6 at home. What about BYU sticking it to Stanford with this 20.5-point spread?
Yeah. And plus BYU has a quarterback with 47 as the number.
Yes. So BYU was what? Is that 7? Is that 7, I think?
Okay, so 8. Let's go back to the MAC. Toledo going up against Western Kentucky.
Oh,
I do not believe that Western Kentucky's defense is any good.
I am with you, especially because Western Kentucky upset them a year ago going into the Glass Bowl.
Yep.
I think Toledo gets them. So that's number 8, I believe. 9 would be.
Is Kansas State dog shit?
Kansas State. I'm staying away from that shit. That locker
Let's
room.
go Rice. Let's go Rice.
Rice getting 14. If you can get the hook too, that'd be huge. Yep. But Rice, Houston, the Bayou Classic, the last time they're doing it, 14 points against Houston. Let's go there.
9.
That's number 9.
All right, and what's the last one? If we make it, Oh,
right?
wait, well, we got BYU on the slate. That's 10-15, so that would be the last one.
What about Bama to crush ULM laying 34.5? He can't. He's got to win by 50, right?
God damn it! If Bama fucks us up, like what if we hit all 9 legs and this Bama's the one that fucks us up?
It's got to be the one that hits, right?
You know what? It's disgusting enough that it's that ugly leg of the parlay that hits. So yeah, let's go with it.
Alabama. We're saving your daughter. We're saving lives. Don't ever listen to this shit, by the way. Gambling saves lives, and this is proof right here when this 10-team parlay hits.
I'm gonna have to get this in.
I often tell this story of one time I had just moved to LA and I was struggling to find work, and I got a gig that was like an hour away from where I lived. So I was taking the train for a few months there, and I was taking this train, the Amtrak there, to get to this job because it was the only person I knew that could give me this gig. So I'm on the way back from working at this gig, and I would have to walk from the train station. I have to walk like 15, 20 minutes. And I'm walking, and I worked this job for like a year, and this is the only time this ever happened where I walk all the way to the station. So like I've already done that 20-minute walk from work. Yeah. And my buddy calls me. Shout out to my guy Bobby Chavez. And he's like, dude, let's get fucked up. And he wanted to watch Kansas, South Florida, I think it was the game. And he's like, and I'm like, what do you mean, dude? And he's like, I'm at California Pizza Kitchen, which I've actually only been drunk ever once at California Pizza Kitchen, and this was this night. So I'm like, you want me to walk back 20 minutes to fucking get drunk at California Pizza Kitchen? And he's like, fuck you. I'm seeing the train arrive, by the way. Like I see it in the distance arriving. And I walk back and I get drunk. He convinced me, to his credit, and that fucking train crashed, Terrell.
Oh,
that train crashed. Now I will say I don't think there was like a shit ton of deaths, but it was
no, that's still crazy.
Yeah,
that's still insane.
But alcohol in college football saved my life. People don't hear that story often, man.
Or to be devil's advocate and the devil on your shoulder, it could have ruined your life because you could have got paid off of that train crash.
That's true. That is true. I could have been suing Amtrak.
If you didn't die,
if
you were one of the people that didn't die, you could have gotten a pretty good settlement.
I never thought of it like that. I could have been suing Amtrak and saying my neck still hurts and be sitting on an island. Maybe the joke's on me.
Betting college football.
Maybe the joke's on me. Yeah, shout out to California Pizza Kitchen. Shitty pizza though. Anyway, UCLA is going to beat UNLV because UNLV's been talking a lot of shit. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't. What's going on?
UNLV's got a few guys on the defense that have been calling out Nico and calling out UCLA, saying they don't look like a Power 5 team when I watch the tape.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm all over UCLA, and I'm curious what the fan turnout will be. I think this might be a little 50-50. What are you doing here in Vegas?
I don't know what the fan turnout is going to be, man. I have no idea. Like, is anybody going to be in this game? Is it going to be lit? I don't know, but this is an ugly game. I'm not betting this. Like, I hate both of these two teams. I don't know what UNLV's got going on, and UCLA is just a dumpster fire right now. I think I'll take UCLA.
There we go. Okay, let's get to it. You can't do this, dude. You cannot be this guy today. Because Diego Pavia is going into Blacksburg. All right. Virginia Tech, they suck. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I know you like them.
I feel like that's a loaded statement because does Virginia Tech suck? Like, if one half of the ball is good and the other half of the ball is bad, do you really suck or are you just half suck? Like, I think they half suck. Like, maybe the offense sucks and the defense is good.
Yeah, I think the defense was pretty impressive, actually. But coaching
what was
sucks.
It was a 64. Yeah. It was a 64-yard touchdown pass, and then it was a punt return touchdown. That was it.
Well, the punt return touchdown was classic Brent Pry because they punted the play before. They had to redo it because of an illegal formation. You can't keep like that's been the knock on Brent Pry is like his teams are undisciplined, and it's like something as simple as that. That was kind of the play that broke it open. Then Lenora Sellers hit. By the way, how nasty is Lenora Sellers? Dude, he's a fucking beast. But they did a good job containing him in like 3 quarters. For 3 quarters, I felt like they did a decent job. So, what do you? What I got to take my guy, Diego Pavia. You know, I've never lost with Diego Pavia. I feel like
I really caution. Lane Stadium at night is a different atmosphere to be playing in. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a gamer. I will admit it. He is a gamer. That's my guy. But Lane Stadium at night is a different atmosphere to play in. That's all I will say.
Yeah. And look, I have my Pavia shrine in the other room, Clark. All right. Clay Helton Bowl, Georgia Southern, USC laying 28.5. I hope you listened to our pick show on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day that was, because I told you to bet the over on 56.5. It's now at 60.5, and I still like the over. I think there's no way USC ain't scoring in the high 40s, right? At least. And then I think Southern's got enough offense to get some points as well. So I think that's the best play on the board is the over in that game. But I guess, and by the way, there's a 29.5 out there if you're going to take the points. I guess I would just take the over in this game. What are you doing here?
Yeah, over sounds like a really good play. If you had to ask me, I'd probably take 29.5.
Yeah. Oklahoma is laying 5.5 now against Michigan. I got a series of texts from Beanick. Let me see if I can recite these. I go into airplane mode at night because I don't want my fucking phone blowing up from the Twitter, and all that shit. So I wake up to like getting bombarded. I guess he wrote me at like 2 a.m.
He had a revelation. It was
what the fuck is going on, Beanick? Look, it's nice that Michigan learned the forward pass. That was his message, and then he said,
what he said?
Yes, and then he said Michigan's best pass catcher, tight end Marlon Klein, was in a walking boot earlier this week. Mainstream news haven't caught it yet. And the backup Hogan Handsome missed last week's game due to injury, right? But I'm like, okay. I mean, the real fade, and I like Bryce Underwood, and I do believe he's going to be very good. It's your first ever road start, and you're going into a fucking lethal environment.
This.
Yeah,
we've been talking about this. Why are we going to sit here and act like it's not his first road start? As good as he is, Arch Manning, first road start. How did it go for him? Like, come on.
Yeah.
This OU defense is legit. Like, as much as you want to not like Oklahoma, and you always want to, I feel like there's this like thought process of Oklahoma always being a bridesmaid and never a bride in college football. And yes, it kind of looks like it if you look at it from what they did in the 4-team invitational and all that stuff. But add on to this, Brett Venables knows how to coach defense, and this Oklahoma defense is nasty. Like this,
and there's nothing really you can mimic in high school that will be like this environment.
No, not at all. And so I think OU is going to go out here and get it done. I like OU laying the 5. I understand.
That should be the 11th leg of that save your daughter parlay. Save your daughter. Hey, save your daughter, and also buy yourself a goddamn a power boat. All right. So
get yourself a beer afterwards for the long ass sweat that you had.
Yeah, there we go. So add that 11th one. We're gonna get you. Not only are you gonna save the daughter, right? You're gonna save the daughter. You're gonna be able to hop on that power boat to get her from that island that she's held hostage. All right. So there you go.
Is she held hostage? I didn't know if it was somebody holding her hostage or like if it was a disease. Like, what are we saving her from?
Yeah. It was what Bovada got her on an island. Bovada's got her on an island, or a win bet or something.
You don't get your daughter back until you hit a parlay. Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't get your firstborn child back until you hit a parlay. Don't put me in Game of Thrones. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. Everybody's gonna be betting, and I'm not asking for no money. I'm asking for all your land, for your wives and children.
I feel like if you're doing the 10-team parlay to save your daughter's life, you probably want to stay strictly on money lines. Don't look at the spread. Give me that Penn State FIU game. Give me that. Alabama ULM game, that Clemson Troy game.
And then App State goes into Michigan on the road and gets a win outright, and your daughter's dead. And your daughter's dead.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough there. Then you just have to say that's one in a mill.
Let me see. Who's the team that kills your daughter today? Who is the? Let me see. What's the big spread? What's a big spread game that you just should not mess with?
The daughter death play is
the daughter death play. Oh, dude, I really think it's Kansas State, man.
Yeah, I think so. That's probably the one. That is probably the one.
Dude, I'm sorry. Kansas State does not look good.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find another one. Actually, I wonder what's Georgia State talking about this year.
Oh, I like that one, dude. I like that one. I thought they looked all right the first half against
14 points at home. That's
Georgia State. Yeah.
What if Bill loses?
Dude, that's on the table. From what I watched.
No way. He's not losing to Charlotte.
They looked so bad, man. Like that. I thought okay, losing by 7 or 10 was on the table, but I did not think they would. What was it? 48 unanswered? Was that what it was? Or 42 unanswered? I forget what it was, but I think Charlotte, I like if they play anything like that. Now it will be a Carolina crowd though, right? That'll be all UNC fans. So I don't know, but that one's dicey. What about the mullet in Oregon? They're without their starting quarterback. He's out like 4 to 6 weeks. Hoss Henny. You're getting 28.5, 29 in Eugene.
I've seen people talk about that one. I'm just not. I don't know. But you know what? I was also close to. I was very close to USF, but then Byron Brown went out partying and cut curfew, and now he's not playing the first half of the game. So maybe that's a live bet play.
I actually think you got to load up on the Gators now because their backup got drafted by MLB. He's gone. So they're on a third string essentially.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, a full half of football sucks, man.
Who ratted him out, by the way?
They said the coach was in the lobby waiting for him. Just imagine you're coming back.
You got some girls, right? You're having a good time. And coach. No, dude, I was not. I know what it looks like. That was not it, man. That was not it. They needed a ride home.
Hey, coach
they needed a ride home.
Coach went into his room and he had pillows underneath the blanket. He was like, "Where the fuck is my quarterback?" Have you seen what is it? Coach Carter. Have you seen Coach Carter?
Yeah.
Without the party, and he's like, "Where's
it's
my?"
It's like a prison escape scene, right? Where you make it look like that someone's sleeping, and then he comes. What the fuck? Where the hell's Byram? Where the hell is Byram?
I wish they had a camera crew so I could have caught that moment. I know he was like, where the fuck is my quarterback?
Oh man, that's tough. Guy. Look, that's the problem though. You pay these quarterbacks these days. This is the yin to the yang, right? Before, especially on the group of 5 level, you weren't paying your quarterbacks. Now you're like, man, we got a stud. We got to get this guy 6 figures. 6 figures when you're 18, 19, 20 years old? Look, I
shout out to Lenore Sellers' dad, who said we don't need no more money. We got a good thing going at South Carolina right now. They're paying us good. Let's just stay here.
What he said he was offered like $8 million, didn't he? Say that? Something like that.
Dad was like, no, we don't need no more. We'll just stay here. Forget it.
Honestly, dude, parenting is going to be even more important because I just couldn't imagine myself with that much money. With that much money at 18 years old, holy fuck! I don't know that I'd be alive doing this show. But yeah, I actually think Florida minus the points is the play because you're going up against third string quarterback now for the first half.
At least for the first half. It makes me really hard to believe that they're going to cover the first half number now.
Yeah. I know we got to get out of here soon, but what about any interest in we got a game on the island late. There's a song we play for that.
It's a hard ticket to Hawaii. It's not paradise all the time. It's a hard ticket.
Okay, so is Hunter Watson starting in this game or is it the other guy? Because if it's the other guy, give me Sam Houston State. But if it's Hunter Watson, I'm taking the Rainbow Warriors because Hunter Watson can't throw a forward pass.
He is pretty inaccurate. It's almost unbelievable how inaccurate he was,
Yeah.
considering he started for 2 years now. Alejado, I believe, is questionable, but I thought I saw a tweet saying he's going to play. I didn't check to make sure that was a official account, but I think Sam Houston's fucking terrible. Now, I don't think Hawaii's great, but I think they're all right.
I mean, is it Sam Houston or is it the fact that Hunter Watson? I mean, I thought that they looked pretty straight when he got out the game.
They did look better. I'll say that they did look better.
It's an easy handicap for me. If Hunter Watson is the quarterback, I'm not betting Sam Houston State. But if it's the other guy, I'm willing to take a shot. This is a lot of points.
And I don't see any official thing. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to know that until tonight, probably when they're warming up.
Yeah, honestly, truly. Like I'll just probably have to wait for this one. But like Hunter Watson sucks.
He does. Well, he can run.
Sucks.
That's it. That's his game. His game is quarterback power.
But go make him the Army or the Navy quarterback. Don't make him fucking here at Sam Houston State.
That we were watching that Western Kentucky Sam Houston game week 0 in the book. And every
like
time
if you know you can't, and that's why I'm like, yo, people have to start being honest with people. Start being honest with them. If you know that he can't throw the forward pass, but he's a fucking great runner, go play for a triple option team.
Yeah, or use him like they used Sluka last night at JMU, or like you bring him in on a run package.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like he literally can't throw.
Yeah. Boston College is in East Lansing taking on Michigan State. Michigan State's laying 3.5. I went with Sparty. I got no idea really, but I picked Sparty. I didn't bet it, but I picked Sparty. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I don't really feel any type of way about it.
And shout out to Jillian in the chat saying Dundee is White Tiger on Texas Tech minus 48.5 against Kent State. I'm going to continue this trend. So I cashed on Texas Tech laying 52.5 last week. That's the most points I've ever given up as a bet that I can ever recall. But Kent State's fucking terrible. And I think they're going to cover this. I think the only thing that I'm a little concerned about, Jillian, is Baron Norton, the starting quarterback of Texas Tech, is questionable. I think I saw. That motherfucker stays injured, by the way. That motherfucker is injured every game of his life. Yeah. What is it about? What's going on in Lubbock?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
That would be my only concern, but I'm going to lay it. I think Kent State's going to get destroyed. I look for this to be like something like, honestly, like 62-7 or something like that. So, lay it.
I was watching the Kent State game last week, and it was at home, and Kent State thought they were doing something. Like they really, really thought they were doing something. I will not be backing Kent State at all. So I will take what is it? What's the number?
48.5, which it's kind of a key. Like get it in before it goes to 49 because it could be 56-7. So
yeah, because that Merrimack game was horrible. It was horrible.
They needed a kick return with 3 minutes left or something to
and
win
didn't
that
cover.
thing.
They didn't cover either. They didn't cover either. So yeah, I'm good on Kent State.
Tulane is at South Alabama. Tulane looked pretty good week 1, but is this a letdown spot? Going on the road to Mobile to take on Major Applewhite in South Alabama. They're laying 13.5. Last time they played, they did win by 20, and that was 2 years ago. But that was Fritz.
Jumped up.
What's that?
So I feel like this line's jumped up.
Yeah, it might have. I think it was maybe 10, 11, something like that before. I have another lock that I like, by the way. Rutgers lay the points against Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio, if you watch them against Wisconsin, which I believe Rutgers' defense is better than Wisconsin's defense.
Okay.
They only had, let me just make sure I can actually tell this accurately. They had 117 yards of total offense.
Who?
As much as Miami, Ohio, as much as I like DeQuan Finn, he's surrounded by nobody. And they were 0 of 9 on third down. I think Rutgers is going to easily win that game. I think it'll be something like 35-6, something like that. Because Miami, Ohio, as much as they've been good the past 2 years, they have no returning production. And when I watched that Wisconsin game, I couldn't even find one highlight of anybody. I was just like, man, they got nobody.
Nobody had highlights.
Yeah, I'm like, watch that game and I mean, I know it's too late to watch that game because you're gonna watch this game, but I will lay the 14.5. I think that number's off. I think Rutgers is gonna cruise to a win here. Lay it up in Piscataway. That game's on Peacock, unfortunately. So good luck with that.
That's not that hard to find.
Dude, you know who's live?
Who?
You want a crazy dog? This would be the one that burns the parlay. Western Carolina is at Wake Forest.
That would be crazy. I looked at this, but I just think that would be too insane. That would be too. I think Wake is going to get up after that 10-9 game last week.
20 points though?
No,
20?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lock it.
Do you think Kennesaw State's better than Western Carolina? I mean, Western Carolina almost took down NC State last year. I don't know. I'm saying jump it on the 20. Jump it on the 20.
I would like to think that Wake Forest is not that bad. They could be though. I would like to think Wake Forest is not that bad.
I feel like you're a little too close to the situation there because you work the stadium. You work to stay. You know, you work the stadium.
I'll tell you what, ain't nobody showing up for the Western Carolina game. I'll tell you that. We be standing out there trying to sell seats and nobody's buying the little cushions because they have the freaking hard concrete for their seats. Like, who puts hard concrete all over the stadium? So of course we're out there selling seats. And yeah, nah.
Yeah. All right, Illinois Duke, Wallace Wade Stadium. This is a huge game, actually. I did bet this. I got Duke plus 3.5. I think Mensa is a baller for Duke, and that's my logic. I think they're going to win it outright. But either way, it'll be a field goal game because Illinois is not the type of team to really blow teams out. I feel like that are decent. Duke, you know they have the best record in the ACC over the past 3 years at home out of all the teams in the ACC.
Yeah. I really want to believe Brett Bielema is going to get him ready to go and win this one, but I don't know. Y'all keep selling me on Duke more and more. I'm really 50-50.
Have you seen this kid Mensa? I think he's going to be.
No, Mensa is good. I just don't trust his head coach.
Yeah. I mean that's fair. I mean, well, he made me look like a fool last year, but Mensa is one that I said like I think he's going to win a Heisman by the time he's done. By the time he's done in college, I think he can win a Heisman. Yeah. All right. Anything else? I mean, these games are already starting. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Folks, give Terrell a follow on Twitter at @reallyrail__. I'm on Twitter at @TheColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Enjoy the games. We'll be back tonight with the reaction show. This is the College Football Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And the whole team's looking and the whole world's looking with the cameras. Run and shoot.